Hi, my name is David Chalmers and welcome to Go Into All the World. Back in 2006, I made the decision to start sponsoring children with an organisation called Compassion International. I was attending the Willow Creek Global Leadership Summit at Cardinia Church in Geelong. Compassion had one of their impacting promotional segments and a stand up the back where people could choose a child to sponsor. God had been challenging me in regards to my generosity, and I knew I had to do more. So on that day, I sponsored 5-year-old Dyla from Colombia, and it just snowballed from there. It started out as not much more than a good deed, as a way for me to tangibly live out my Christian faith. Over time, God revealed Compassion sponsorship to be His purpose for me, the reason I've been put on this earth, to use what I've been given to help others and to help them know the hope that a relationship with Jesus brings. It's been quite an adventure, taking me to 12 countries in the developing world, and I've also been able to share compassion with people of all ages in the developed world, seeing kids sponsored and hearts planted with the seed of generosity. The title of my book comes from a paraphrase of Matthew chapter 28 in the Bible, Jesus' great commission to His disciples and all His followers. Go and make disciples of all nations. Go into all the world. My response to this was to devote my life to God's work through Compassion sponsorship. In 2011, I ended up sponsoring kids from all 26 countries Compassion works in, releasing children from poverty in Jesus' name. This was my way of going into all the world. The best part is, the more I've given and sacrificed for the sake of others, the more I've found that all my needs have been continually met in a physical, material, and spiritual sense. It's what I call the divine economy, and I encourage everyone to take God up on His promise that those who lend to the poor are giving back to God, and He will repay you. In my travels, I have seen and experienced things that I never imagined I would as a little guy growing up in Australia. I have stepped out of my comfort zone and shared the love of God with families by providing for their children and going to spend time with them, despite barriers of language and culture standing in the way. I have so often felt inadequate and ill-equipped for the task, but I've been able to do it with God's help. He has given me a soft heart, and so many of the situations and circumstances the families have found themselves in have left me absolutely empty and broken. But I've also been able to see the work of compassion through the local church, offering the children food and water, medical care, education help, vocational skills, and the opportunity to have a relationship with Jesus. I was privileged and honoured to give the families many first-time experiences that we in the developed world take for granted. To see the wonder and excitement on their faces as we went to malls, restaurants, zoos, fun parks, enjoyed jumping castles, trampolines, swimming pools, and even supermarkets for the first time. It's beyond my ability to describe just how special that was. Just for kids to be able to be kids, even for an afternoon. I wanted to share with you the stories of some of the families God has connected me with through Compassion sponsorship. This will hopefully give you a glimpse of what life is like for people in the developing world, as well as the impact Compassion makes in their lives through providing for their material needs as well as giving them the hope of Jesus. Genuine life change and transformation.